Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pounds show. This is the Daps and Pounds show. Yeah, you know.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
Oh,
It is episode
30.
It's the big 30. 30, episode 30. We are here. We did it. It's kind of a milestone number. Anytime we can get to those whole numbers and you're past the teens, it gets real after that. So this is episode 30 of the best darn podcast in all the land. My name is Malky. To my right, we have
Dobie.
We represent two mics,
Two friends.
and one show,
The
Daps and Pound Show.
Give me some. So what are we going to be talking about today?
Today,
the rollout?
there's a lot. Today, we're going to go over our good, bad. Today, we're going to give you new music. Today, we have some questions that we're going to answer from all the Dappies. Today, we're going to have that conversation, 5 songs of the summer. We're going to give you our top five Frank Ocean songs.
Ooh.
And we have 101 conversation starters
for
couples.
Okay.
A lot of stuff on the schedule, guys. But today we are going to start, as always, with our good, bad. What do you got for me?
I think the good, just yesterday was a good day, just with the fight and everything. You were in St. Louis,
A lot of hype.
but had some people over my place, so that was a good time. And Tanner from Chicago came down to visit,
Cool.
so that was really nice seeing him again and hanging out. So definitely a good. I just think the fight. Now, do you think this should be a good segue just to kind of talk about that now, or do you want to wait till you're done with yours?
We can talk about the fight.
So what'd you think? I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great fight to watch.
I enjoyed the fight. So I listened. I want to know if the experiences were different because I didn't have volume where I was.
Okay.
It was on a big TV, but I had no volume.
Okay.
And I don't know like how the atmosphere was. So to start things off, I heard Demi killed it. I heard her national anthem was dope.
No, it was a little much.
Really? I haven't listened, by the way. I haven't listened yet.
She, you know, like sometimes you feel like people add a little bit too much to it.
Too much sauce.
She added a little bit
Got
too much.
lost in the sauce. Oh well. I'll have to check that out because people on Twitter I saw while I was watching. I just saw her singing, but I never actually got a chance to
It was
hear
okay.
I'll look it up. And see after this. So the fight for me, I felt like it. I think it was closer than a lot of people thought it was going to be early.
Oh yeah, easily. He looked good early.
And then as the round started to go, it was kind of like, okay, like this is the difference right here. Like this is where you just don't have the experience to be in here like this. But how was like the atmosphere with like crowd noise and stuff?
You could tell like when I think in the beginning people were just excited to see Conor seeming like he can handle himself decent.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, he's not just going to be a fighter who can't land a single punch on Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Like he's actually looking interesting. Our whole group was rooting for Conor, but we just could not feel like it started getting cringeworthy how he just kept on wanting to hammer fist in the back of the head. And then the whole awkwardness of, you know, Conor kind of goes around, but at the same time, it looked like Floyd kind of backed his back into him too. And it seemed like he was as a smart fighter as he is, put him in weird positions.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Now, we thought it was funny, too, the ref. That ref was, like, no nonsense. Did you see that point where, like, they shoved each other? And then the ref just shoved Floyd back into the corner.
The push was so great. Oh, that was funny. That ref...
That was ridiculous.
That's going to be a meme or something.
I'm glad you saw that. I was like, did anybody... Dang, that ref just pushed Floyd pretty hard.
That was funny. Because he was... The funny thing about it was... I saw on Twitter people were talking about like, man, the ref needs to do a better job or something like that.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that, because I don't have ears, so I don't know what they're saying. So Twitter is like my ears while I'm watching the fight. And they're like, man, the ref needs to do a better job. This ref sucks. And then when he turned around and he pushed him, people were like, yeah, finally. And I'm like, oh, so like apparently he was doing poorly this whole time.
Oh my gosh, my dogs are going insane upstairs right now, fighting to the death. We're talking about fighting, but they're actually doing it in these streets.
Is Bella Conor McGregor or Mayweather?
Conor.
Okay. And then Otto is Mayweather.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so. But fight overall, I was actually very impressed with Floyd. I mean, when they started getting the 9th round and stuff, Floyd looked like his stamina was where it was in the 2nd round.
Yep.
I was like, holy cow.
He stays in shape.
I was thinking, this is ridiculous. And then how do you feel about the end? Because I understand why they stopped it. Everybody knew.
I completely get the stoppage, and I think it was right.
Now,
I completely wrong.
I understand, though, as a fighter, he's like, screw that. I'd rather just be on the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a chance. That's what all fighters say, though, at the end of the day. But I mean, the way Conor looked, that boy looked like he was wobbling from side to side.
He was out on his feet, but not only that, like, boxing is like, boxing has taken a lot of scrutiny because of Muhammad Ali and like, they get Parkinson's and stuff. And I don't know, boxing is one of those sports that they try to catch it early beforehand. And if it's a knockout, it's if you knock someone clear out, then they kind of watch that tape and say, okay, this is how his head moves. This is how we know that he's about to, get knocked out. I think it was the right stoppage for boxing. Now, for MMA, if someone was wobbly like that in MMA, I would like to see it go a little longer. My only theory behind that is that in MMA, your opponent has more options.
Right.
So he might be wobbly, but as soon as he like ducks down to his knees or something, can shoot. And that shoot and having you on the ground can have you, it can give you more time. But in boxing,
I understand stoppages in UFC more too, because the hammer fisting on the head while they're knocked out.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Anyways, but overall, I mean, it was a great fight to watch. I was excited about it. I really couldn't believe how Mayweather looked in the beginning, but Floyd had a plan from the beginning, and he was smart. He said basically what we wanted to do was figure him out, let him get tired, and after that 25 minutes is up, which is only what he's used to, we're going to see what he can do. And sure enough, like, you could just see it. It was getting progressively worse round after round.
His breathing was completely gone. There were times that he dropped both hands and went, and when he did that, when I saw that the first time, I was like, nope, it's done. It also
done. Too got to the point where the crispness that he looked like in the first and second rounds, like some of the hits he was taking, all of a sudden Floyd was just doing whatever he wanted to with them.
Yep.
And it was, ridiculous. I enjoyed it a lot. Props to Floyd. And I felt like at the end of the fight, they both handled it very graciously.
They did. I liked that little press conference. The clip that I saw this morning was Conor was saying he didn't expect him to go through like 3 different game changes. Like, he came at him 3 different ways, and each time Floyd was able to change, and he was just like, the experience is
But that's a championship fighter.
Is insane.
Trey
Mayweather.
You said Trey different ways coming out.
Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather.
I thought it was funny because Conor was like, even like right after the fight, he was like, I was in there. Like, he knew.
The thing is,
he knew.
Conor doesn't need to hang his head. He's going to go back to the UFC with 2 belts, and guess what? $150 million.
Yeah,
for losing. For getting, I'll get TKO'd for $150 million.
Yeah, easily.
And Floyd's going to make more money, and it's one of those things. Like, I saw it happening pretty much the way it happened, other than the first 2 rounds. I saw it happening pretty much how it happened, but it's one of those things with Floyd, I just kind of expect it now. And, I mean, I guess he's done, But
he's done for good now. He's got that 50. I think 49.
I think that was the only thing.
Yeah,
and now
he just wanted that 50.
There's no one else to beat now.
No point.
No.
He's made over $1 billion in his career. There's no point.
That's crazy. He gives a lot of it back though to Vegas by spending it on ridiculous things. He gives it back.
So let us know in the comments or hit us up on Twitter, Instagram at Daps_pounds.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about the fight? Let us know. I know some of you are bigger fight fans than we are. Is there something that we missed? Is there something that you want to state? Let us know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think it was a really good fight. I think it was a better fight overall than Pacquiao-Mayweather.
It was. I agree.
So I'm happy. I think everybody was happy. It was well worth it. So that's good. Bad-wise, sometimes it's just one of those, not enough time in the day. You want to just do a lot of things and you just can't get it done. That's about it. I don't really have a whole lot to complain about right now, honestly. So maybe just the house stuff. That stuff can get stressful. Trying to get all the paperwork and everything together. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't even imagine. I watched my sister do it and it just looked.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we're getting there. Anyways, man, what about you?
Good. Good. So Thursday night, my uncle came in and surprised us from Chicago.
Oh, nice.
And it's dope because I'm going to go see my uncle in Louisiana on Friday, this coming Friday. So it was dope because I never get to see them. They're the uncles that live the furthest away from me. And so the fact that I'm going to see both of them in a 1 week, 2 week span is dope. And that's good. He's one of those guys that gives me a lot of wisdom, and I was able just to sit down Thursday night, even though I was not happy about it Friday morning, but I stayed up till 3 a.m. with my uncle and we just talked. I felt like I was just soaking up game. It was dope. It was just me and him and man to man. We were just having real life talks. It was really, really cool. So it's one of those. It was one of those conversations that I'm gonna earmark. That was this time. You know what I mean? When it's his time, and I'm thinking about him or whatever, it's gonna definitely be this time that I think about because I learned things about the family I had no idea went on. I was able to ask him questions. He was super real with me. We talked about faith. We talked about salvation. We talked about music. We talked about cars, or as he calls automobiles, because he's old. It was great, man.
Awesome.
It was great.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. So that was dope. Bad. I would say bad is the Harvey thing, just because it legit scared my dad.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah.
Because my sister, my other sister, my oldest sister is in Houston. And
I didn't know
it
that.
was what's crazy is she lives in Houston, and she was visiting a friend in Corpus Christi. So she already lived in a bad place that was gonna get hit, and then she moved even closer to the coast that got hit first. And so we weren't able to get in contact with her for a couple days, but she was good. She went ahead and went to Louisiana, and she's gonna stay there. Until we come down for the reunion, because she was gonna be there in 4 days anyway. Might as well go down. So
my house, I don't know what my house is like right now. Might as well.
Might as well. So and she really doesn't know the condition of her street at all.
That's crazy.
A weird hurricane, because it went from 1 to 2 category, and then it went from 2 to 4 fast.
Yeah.
And then it went from 4 to 1.
Yeah, it dropped down real quick.
It was a really
dropped down, got that eagle on.
Trust me, I don't know anything about climate and weather and all that. I'm not a meteorologist, but that was
pretty wild.
Seemed weird. So yeah, that would be the only bad is all the people affected. I saw something 5 people died, so it's never good, man. It's never good. No. Especially when it's Mother Nature and the earth just doing its thing and
wild stuff.
It's crazy. Guys, that is our good, bad. We are going to move on now to new music. That is our favorite and most frequent thing that we do. Every single week, we give you that classic new music, all right? Now, there were some albums that came out.
What?
I felt like a lot more music than I thought was coming out came out.
Dude, is it going to be like this, forever now?
I think with the way that, yeah, probably.
Was it like this last year, or is it because we do this?
We weren't doing the podcast last year, so I don't know if all of the drops seemed this relevant. But the hip hop world, the pop world, R&B, like there were some releases, man. So let's just start with it. The long anticipated, after about 9 months, 9 months after he, tweeted out that Love is Rage 2 is coming, it's on the way, he finally releases it. And when does he let us know? The day of.
The day of.
Literally.
What a thing to do.
Crazy. And Beyonce has changed, like, she's changed how this whole dropping an album thing
works. Oh, yeah, 100%.
So Love is Rage 2 by Lil Uzi Vert, it drops on Friday. And this album, and I did watch the Zane Lowe interview. Did you watch it? Did you have a chance?
I didn't finish it. I started.
For those of you that subscribe to Apple Music, I like Zane Lowe.
Zane Lowe's one of the best
Watch
interviewers
all of the
all time.
interviews. He had the Paramore one's really good. This one was interesting because Uzi reminds me of like Wayne when he was going through that period where like he was really weird in interviews and like he's still weird, but the interview's like hard to watch sometimes because Uzi's just like not even on the same planet sometimes. But the information that he let out was that he rages all the time, and it's super hard for him to stay calm. That's why he's always calm, because it's just so hard for him to stay calm. Yeah, I had the same reaction.
What?
So for the music, he released about 13 songs. 16 songs, including XO Tour Life. Made that the last song of the album. I thought that was interesting. What is your favorite song off of this?
Still XO Tour Life.
Still? Okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I got to listen to this for like 1.5 times.
Okay.
There's no songs that I actually thought were terrible, because they all kind of had that same kind of vibe and feel to them, but I don't feel like none of them stood out to me as much as XO Tour Life. I thought 444 plus 222 is a good song. I actually thought his features were on point. I mean, that shows the caliber of people he's working with right now. Dude got Pharrell and The Weeknd. Are you kidding me? The Neon Guts. It's kind of a weird chorus. I'm not gonna lie, but
my favorite song's the Way Life Goes. I really like that song, and when we were talking to Jacob on the DM, and he was saying that it kind of reminded him of 808s. That's the song that for me reminded me of 808s, because it felt like a full song, by the way. And Uzi doesn't have like a format ever. He just does what he wants, and this one actually felt like a full song. The Way Life Goes is my favorite, and then XO Tour Life is right after that for me. I really like The Way Life Goes. And XO Tour Life is so overplayed now that I can't.
There was one near the end that was really good too. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it might have been Malfunction.
Okay.
I don't remember. I got to go back to it. But I think it's a really solid release, and I don't think he underperformed at all. Like, it wasn't like a Lil Yachty thing where people were really excited about that album. It came out, and in my opinion, that album was just it was flat. Felt flat. This album, I don't think felt flat.
I think the only negative thing that you could possibly say about this, if you're a fan already of Uzi, it's just more of the same, and it's not like super different. That's the only thing you could say, but that's not even necessarily negative.
No, that's not a bad thing.
So if that's the worst thing someone can say about what I guess is his debut album, then that's not bad at all.
What do you think of Beats?
So, and this, I'm glad you said that. This reminded me of the Zane Lowe interview. I think a negative thing that I can say personally, as someone who's like not like a full on board fan yet, a lot of his songs sound alike to me. Mm-hmm. And then in the interview, he goes, I like to try to have the same vibe on every song for each project, because I want you guys to listen to it like one big song. And I was like, got it. Like, now it makes sense.
Because it makes sense to him.
Because in his head, this is all the same
thing.
Vibe.
Yeah.
So now I'm glad that I've, like, had that info now. Some of the beats were cool. Some of the beats were, like, really different, though. I mean, I didn't hate anything. I don't think. No, I didn't hate anything beat-wise. The Weeknd's feature, he's starting to sound very similar to me on everything he's featured on now.
Oh, he is, 100%.
It's getting a little crazy. But yeah.
Cool.
Beats were okay.
Lil Uzi Vert, Love Is Rage 2. Check it out. I give it a thumbs up.
I give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna be curious to see what it sells, to be quite honest with you.
What it does.
Yeah. Because we've had, the Meeks drop, the names, the Kendricks.
Yeah.
This year has been crazy. And I think because he has the fan following can be comparable to that, I want to see like how he kind of ranks. I think that'll tell a lot. In the pop world, we had Fifth Harmony. They dropped their album. This is their first album without the lovely Camila Cabello. And it was okay. I think they're trying to get a little edgier. Heard a few curse words. I was like, ooh, y'all are bad. But yeah, it's all in one vein. And if you can listen to that and like that, that's fine. But I'd much rather personally listen to Halsey or something. This is just too cookie cutter poppy for me, personally. But I don't know. It was okay.
Nothing really stood out.
Yeah, it was.
It was just to like put it in perspective. I couldn't tell you what my favorite song was, what my least favorite song was. It just all blended all in together. Yep. Into just mundane pop sounds. I'll probably say Down. And that's why it's their single.
Yeah, Down.
That's why it's their single.
I agree with that. Now for my favorite release, and the only competition it has is ASAP. But my favorite release,
I don't even say it's close.
No, that's just the only like.
This, in my opinion, is one of the best albums of the year.
This is up there. So Daniel Ceasar, we've told you about him on way long ago on past episodes because of Lucy's that we heard that we liked of his. Daniel Ceasar is proving himself to be one of the best songwriters out there. Like, some of the sounds and some of the lyrics on this are insane. It's called Freudian. And I watched his Ebro interview on Apple Music.
I gotta watch that.
It's good too. He was saying, like, obviously he's calling it Freudian because he doesn't know how to talk. He said it's a struggle for him to have interviews, so he just writes it and sings it. That's how he gets himself out. So Freudian, he's analyzing himself, like Freud. So that's why he called it this. And this album is a full analysis of his last relationship that he says was the most intense thing ever. And it shows through the music that it was an intense relationship and he really loved the girl. There are things done musically on this, like New Roses.
New Roses.
Transgressor song.
Crazy.
New Roses. I'm not sure the young lady who's singing with him on that, but it starts out and it's just a cappella. And it's a cappella and then it goes into harmony. And at the very end of the song, it goes like the instrumental comes in. But listen to the lyrics, man, and just listen to how it makes you feel, and it'll put you in a mood. It'll put you in a vibe. New Roses is amazing, yo, amazing. Blessed is my favorite song.
Blessed is so good.
The amount of Instagram captions that I'm gonna see in the coming months, that is. Yes, I'm a mess, but I'm blessed to be stuck with you.
I had to tweet that out. Like, I was like, it's such a good line.
It's gonna be out there because I'm assuming he writes all of his stuff. It seems very personal, but that line, like, there's those lines, and that line's crazy. So, We Find Love is crazy too. Take Me Away, featuring my girl Sid. This whole body of work is dope.
Album is good.
Like this whole. We've mentioned to you Sid before. We mentioned to you her before. So just know we know what we're talking about. When we're talking about these other artists and we're like, yeah, these Lucy's are dope, and they go on to feature on these big albums like this that are dope, we know. We know what we're talking about. Listen.
This album.
Go get Freudian.
Crazy.
If you like R&B, man, you will love Freudian.
If you just
you're a
like
music
good
lover,
music, yeah.
It's a problem. I really like the Daniel Caesar project. Action Bronson, Blue Chip 7000. Yo, I like this album a lot, actually. This album's dope.
It's like that kind of album like
dope.
you play like while you're cleaning your house.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah. It's one of those things that you could definitely play while cleaning your house or cleaning your truck or something like that. Like, it's hilarious, some of the lines in this, though. There's a kick it like Ryu in the corner line that was sick to me, and I'm not even a gamer like that. Can't remember it, though. So the 924 7000 with Rick Ross has been the lead single. I really like that song.
That's good.
I think it's pretty good. I think there's some funny elements to it too. Do-rag versus headband is funny to me.
I'm tempted to buy this man's cookbook.
Yeah, he has like a picture book too. Yeah, it's dope. I don't have it, but I think it's gonna be dope. I have a good idea. It'll be dope.
He's such an entertaining fella.
He needs his own he has his shows on Vice, but
If that's delicious.
I want him to have like a legitimate
Oh yeah. He's so such a character.
Action Bronson though. It's called Blue Chip 7000. Make sure you go get that if you like hip hop and you like boom bap and you like all that.
That's New York rap, but I actually like him. I don't know, speaking of probably the next project we're gonna be talking about, I still cannot stand that guy's voice.
You know what's crazy?
He had like one verse on here though. He actually bodied. I was like, I hate his voice, but he did body that verse.
So, for context, we're talking about ASAP Mob. They released Cozy Tapes Volume 2. We're talking about ASAP 12e because ASAP 12e 2 weeks ago dropped his debut album 12.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you remember that episode, Dobie didn't like his voice. And it's crazy because his voice, I actually like his voice now. I didn't hate it before though, but now it's almost like I listen to it like a radio guy. Like,
okay.
He has like a weird. It's definitely unique. It's definitely weird. It's definitely like, you know who it is when he's.
Oh
on.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
But that verse though you're talking about, he did body that.
I'm trying to. I don't remember what song it was, but if you're thinking of the same thing I'm thinking of,
I think I am, because I was like.
Yeah. There's a lot. I'm sorry if we don't remember, guys, because literally every single song has like 3 or more people.
I was just gonna say, here's my only issue with this tape. They feature multiple people on every single track.
Yeah.
And it's insane, and I don't know what to even think about. It'd be different if we had been introduced to everybody, but then there's some people that you've never heard rap before, and you're just like, what am I listening to? What's happening? But the people that we have been introduced to before, we appreciate that. There's some gems on this. There's most definitely some gems on this.
Please Shut Up.
Please Shut Up's fire.
Please Shut
Up is fire, yo. Gucci, man. I'm so happy for Gucci. I love Gucci. I think Bahamas is hard. I like Bahamas too.
I don't like that beat though.
The beats. I like the rapping.
I got more excited when I saw everybody who's on it, but the beat was kind of lame. Dude, Frat Rules.
Frat Rules is hard.
Did you not see my text though about that?
What'd you say?
I was like,
Probably
that
not.
is old school. It reminds me of an old school Kanye. Like that beat and the flavor of it all.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I loved it.
So I was with Cameron this weekend, our boy in St. Louis, and he thinks that his favorite song is First Year Being Rich. And I like that beat a lot. The First Year Being Rich, the FBYR. I really, really like that beat. It's hilarious.
That might be the one that he goes off on.
I think it might be. Yeah. That might be, actually.
Anyways.
Feel So Good, the single. Honestly, I don't really think that one's that special.
No.
I can't remember which one it is, but there's one where there's like a high-pitched person that comes on at the end of the song and starts rapping, and whoever it is, they go off. But their voice was super annoying to me, but I just can't remember who it was.
Dude, we can't remember anything.
Like, this was so packed full of just, stuff and clutter that it's so hard. But
Raph is still good.
Rap's crazy. I like it. But I like ASAP Mob. If you like the Mob, if you like the first Cozy Tapes, I think you'll like this. I personally think Cozy Tapes Volume 1's a little better for me. Less clutter. That Tyler verse is crazy.
This could have been really good as like 10 songs.
Yes. I honestly, the thing is 17 songs. All they had to do
skits.
was put out like 10 songs and then make that one and make Volume 3 the other. You know what I mean? Like they could have cut this in half. But it's nice to see ASAP active, right?
No,
because
100%.
you had 12, you put out something, you have Ferg,
but
you have this.
And if you go to one of their shows, like, you're going to get a good show.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
And it's almost like I feel like they're going to start treating these like old G-Unit mixtapes and how Wayne started treating his dedications, where they'll release these to get you familiar with the people you don't know yet and then come with their solo.
Okay.
Because 12 was on Volume 1 and then he came out with his album, and I think we're going to start seeing that. Playboi Carti's all over this too. They sprinkled Playboi Carti on almost every song, it felt like. So yeah, shout out to the Mob. Go get it.
Jaden Smith too.
Jaden Smith.
Dude, Jaden Smith has a following.
He really does.
Okay. This is a very interesting album.
Very interesting.
xxxtentcion. I was shocked. I mean, artistry-wise, you cannot deny the man. You can't. The beat selection, the melodies, like, and tell me, I think it was Depression and no, Save Me. Save Me sounds like a song Kid Cudi wrote back in the day, but it's not Kid Cudi. Like the melody and everything of it, I was shocked. But at the same time, it's a conflict because one, for me personally, I just think the kid, he just creeps me out, and I think he's super lost. And I mean, he wrote this album, and you can tell he's lost. But man, there was none of the look at me. That's what I thought all he was.
You know, I'm starting to think that was a troll.
It might have been.
I almost feel like that first stuff he put out was a
melodies on a piano.
Bit of a troll, and I think he's always been more talented than
what
he's wanted to like let out.
Yeah.
To get the attention and then put this out. I honestly think he might be a bit of a troll. But this is totally different than I expected too. Now, here's the thing. I skimmed this, and then I went back, and when I was driving to St. Louis, I listened to the whole thing again.
Yeah, I listened to it in the car, too.
It is incredibly dark, and the lyrics are incredibly dark. And I said this to Jacob. I can handle dark.
Yeah.
I've listened to some really dark stuff. But there's got to be that hope in there. There's got to be those records that are like, we're going to get this right, you know, whatever. And there's not that in there. Like, there's no saving grace.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it too much for me. That's what makes it like, this is just... I can't think of an occasion that I'd want to play it. Like, you can have a good album and really be saying some stuff, but if I can't think of an occasion to play it, like, I don't want to just play it when I'm by myself. Like, this is...
Yeah, I know,
you know
that makes sense.
I'm not going to play it at a party. Like, I don't know when to play this because it's just so what?
I never thought about that.
It's just a lot for me. But that's me personally. I think he's talented. And
I think he needs counseling, too.
He needs counseling.
He needs a mentor.
He needs a mentor.
Yeah. Don't throw the talent away. You hate to see that. But what did you think about Kendrick Lamar's remarks?
Because of how Kendrick's album this year was layered, I get it. I get why he feels that way, because he was talking about really deep things, and when I listen to this, I still don't think it's to the level of how deep Kendrick was, but I get that there's layers.
Yeah.
And I think that he appreciates layers in music, and it's not fluff, and it's not Caribbean Drake vibe. It's not, you know, it was deeper than that. And I think
honest music.
Yeah, I think that's what he was getting at with that. So
I mean, I'm gonna say it in its own way. I really did not want to listen to this album, but I was like, well, for the sake of the podcast, I'll listen to it. But I was pleasantly shocked, and I will say, in its own right, it is a beautiful album.
Yeah.
In its own right. And however, though, that I still can't stand that whole like Instagram like hanging thing that he
That
tried.
was weird.
Like, come on, bro. Like, get off.
And
that.
even the album artwork for this, there's like nooses, there's some crazy notes. This reminds me of when I was a little kid. I wasn't super little. I was like 10 or 11. It was like the first time I've heard of Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Like the first time I've heard of like shock rock and like that whole thing. And I saw like his concert shows on MTV. And I was like, this is crazy. And I almost feel like it has a little bit of that vibe to it. I mean, there's a place for it, I guess, but it's not one of those things I'll be like, yeah, I'm an xxxtentcion fan. No. So yeah, there's a lot there.
Anyways, yeah, if you're interested in checking it out, go ahead.
It'll be interesting to see what that does too.
It's nothing like Look at Me.
No, not even a little bit.
Nope.
A lot of stuff came out. Made in Tokyo dropped True World EP. We talked a little bit and said, honestly, there's no hits. You know, there's nothing that we can come back and go crazy over. Brian McKnight dropped Genesis. I skimmed this. That boy can still sing. Like, he's older, but he's still got that vibe.
Got it.
Yeah. So shout out to him. If you like that old school R&B, that's so wild that Brian McKnight's old school now. But yeah.
Yeah.
Genesis, he just dropped that.
Brookhampton, Saturation 2, that's something we didn't get to listen to, but it's like more of a, you know, I think it's getting to the point though where subgenres are, but when you say hip hop, you kind of have something in your head, and he's more of a hip hop guy, just kind of more straightforward with it. But somebody on Twitter who I follow said that's actually one of his favorite albums he's listened to all year. So, kind of do want to check that out when I get a chance.
I have to give that a try. But yeah, I saw a couple people tweeting some things, so I feel like it could be cool.
Game of Thrones soundtrack came out
Tonight! Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. You can get excited, bro.
Daenerys
I'm
Targaryen.
at a point now where I don't care that I'm not watching it with everybody, and I'm just waiting for it to all be done, and I'll just watch it.
You only have like a
One
year.
more season.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I might catch up while the new season's, you know, coming up.
Yeah.
Because it's going to probably, be another, like, 8 months, something like that before season.
It'll be another year.
It's going to be a top budget season finale, and
moving on to our Lucy's, guys. Our Lucy's are all the new singles that came out, and the biggest single.
You know what should happen?
What happened?
They should. Game of Thrones should do the season and then end it like Entourage and come out with the movie, but actually come out with the movie like a year later.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Now, do you think motion picture or do you think on HBO, the movie?
Motion picture.
Huh. I'd take my money. I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'd see it.
I think it's a big enough show where people who haven't even watched the show would still go see it.
They've stepped up their graphics a lot too, because season 2 and season 3, like when you would see different things with the dragons or you see monsters and stuff, and you'd be like, all right.
Did you see that there's a truck in it? I saw a clip
of that, but I didn't know if that was photoshopped or like if that was real.
Stuff
or
like
not.
that gets missed a lot more often than people think.
That's
I mean,
funny.
editing is hard.
That's funny.
Anyways, what are our loosey goosey? Oh my gosh!
The biggest single that came out this week, the one that you'll be hearing the most, the one that's going to garner the most attention, came from Taylor Swift, and boy, does she have an attitude, and we're all afraid, and Taylor's going to get us, and guess what? She's not that old Taylor anymore. What are you going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. But look what you made me do. Is her new single.
But the haters gonna hate.
This is a far cry from Shake It Off. This is a far cry from that Red album. This is a far cry from that 1989 album. This is a leaps and bounds away from the country albums. This is weird.
Mary said it grew on her.
The more that I think it's gonna get okay. So, Look What You Made Me Do is a song by Taylor Swift, and I think that
Playing the victim.
it is incredibly playing the victim. I think that this whole album is probably going to be that vibe because it's called Reputation. And I'm pretty sure on the album she's talking about, oh, my reputation's so bad because I date all these guys and then write about them. People get mad and blah, blah, blah. Like, it just seems whiny at this point. And I wanted a fun Taylor, and I'm okay with her evolving. I'm okay with her going to a new level. But
I'm on a new level.
This is not it. The look at what you made me do to me is the only catchy part, and I don't know how much that's gonna work. This is the first Taylor single that I've seen Twitter be split on. Usually it's like gung ho, and then you have your little tiny section that
Last
doesn't
time
like
it was Shake.
Shake It Off.
Yeah.
I loved that, and I felt like a lot of people.
1989,
like
in my opinion, is going to always be Taylor Swift's best album.
That doesn't surprise me. I think 1989 is great. This ain't it. This is not it though.
We'll see, but it's got everybody talking, which is what you want with your first single. So, well, I'll hold out for her others, and I'm gonna hold out for the album. I'm hoping for the best, but yeah, I'm not really digging it.
Yeah, no. I'm not
Let us know in
it.
the comments or tweet at us at Daps_pounds. What do you guys think? You
Let
like
us know.
It? You like it? You don't like it? Let me know.
Demi Lovato dropped "Tell Me You Love Me." I don't like it. I like the "Sorry I'm Not Sorry" song more, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
30 Seconds to Mars dropped "Walk on Water."
Jesus.
I thought it was decent, but
I didn't listen.
it's just
Not my thing.
yeah. Obviously, we know our boy Daniel's gonna stay up in there. Yo, hot take. I don't know. I can't tell how you're gonna feel about this, yo. You might bury it. I don't know.
Fergie's one of the best female rappers.
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
I was like, well, this is a hot take. I was like,
No,
where are you going?
the Fergie song that she just released, you already know, featuring Nicki Minaj. I think it's hard. I like the song.
The singing in the beginning is very, very weird.
I agree with that.
Other than that's the one part.
Like it, though.
That's the one part I don't like. I actually think other than that, it's good. But
I did not expect when I saw this, I was like, oh Lord, here we go. But I was like, okay, this is all right.
It was interesting. The very beginning of the song, I think, it threw me off. It's weak. I don't like it. But she kind of starts catching her flow in the song, doing what Fergie does.
And it seems like her and will.i.am are pretty detached at this point, and this is going to be a test. This is going to see if she can.
Yeah, she needs to get with like Timberland
do
and
it without
Pharrell.
Will. So
Find some other people to help you do it.
we'll see. It wasn't bad though. Wasn't bad at all. Foo Fighters, if you're into that, they dropped "The Sky Is a Neighborhood." I'm a sometimes Foo Fighters guy. This was not one of those sometimes. Wasn't for me. Wasn't for me at all.
Who's Mikey Mike?
Mikey Mike. It looks like he's a rapper called Going Charlie. Never heard of him.
Golly, why didn't I listen to Mikey Mike?
Gotta listen to Mikey Mike.
Come on, man, listen to Mikey Mike. What, Dangerous Woman's back up? I feel like Apple pushes people.
They do. 100%. They 100%
That ain't
push
there.
people.
Anyways, what else we got?
Listen.
Miguel
dropped Skywalker featuring Travis Scott. I've told you guys tons of times that I'm done with Travis Scott features, but I had to listen because it's Miguel. I love Miguel and been waiting for new Miguel music. And this made me go back actually and listen to Miguel's first album. And Girl with the Tattoo is still so hard. Like, it's still so hard. His first album was amazing.
Dude, we listened to that first album a lot.
All the time. Girls like you. Like, it was nuts. So he dropped Skywalker. This is his first single off the new album. No title for the album yet. What'd you think?
Straight. I think he's
I thought it
trying
was
to
straight,
get
too.
more mainstream. I think with this, he feels like he's not getting enough recognition.
Yep.
But just stay in your lane, dude. SZA's blowing up. Look what she's doing. She ain't changing.
No, she's actually...
Except her song with Travis is better than yours.
Her song with Travis is a banger.
Yeah,
Banger.
it's really good.
So Ski Mask the Slump God. I've heard
What?
I've heard that Ski Mask the Slump God can rap, so I listened to it, and he raps, but I'm not here for it. I don't know what's happening there, but that's just a fun name to say, so that's why I brought it up.
Okay.
Ski Master Slump God.
Yeah.
Not sure why French Montana thought it would be a good idea to get Mariah Carey.
Dude,
and put her
Mariah
on
Carey's
Unforgettable.
done. Just stop. Mariah, stop.
Put a fork in it.
Has been. That's
Put
what
a
you
fork in it.
are.
Did you listen to Any More Lucy's? Any More Lucy's.
Go to the genres. I'm trying to think if I did.
Any More Lucy's.
No, you gotta go. What you gotta do is you gotta hit browse. Maybe go back. Okay,
it is.
then when you go to browse and you go to genres, and then you click on the hip hop and rap, stuff like that. Stuff like. All right, hold on, people. I'm making.
The Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang dropped a new song with Redman. I like that song. People say.
It's
New
crazy.
Wu-Tang.
Live Up to My Name is still trending.
Dude, I love that song. It's so good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Baka.
It's pretty good.
It just gives me hype. No Flag. London on the Track dropped No Flag.
We got London on the track. His
with
beats
Nicki,
are sick.
Nicki
Minaj.
Naked Minaj.
No, it's
and
pretty much
21
it.
Savage.
It's pretty much it, man.
All right, guys.
Oh shoot! I didn't know Buddy came out with another EP. Did we miss that,
Let's see when it came out.
bro? We missed
Oh,
it.
totally missed it. We totally missed this one. So we are going to listen to this Buddy because I
'Cause
actually
we
like
actually
him
like Buddy,
and we
yeah.
think that he could be something. We're gonna listen to this and we are going to talk about it next week on the
Perfect.
podcast. Perfect. All right, so that is your new music. Now it is time for us to answer some questions from the Daps and Pounds fans, aka the Dappies.
Lay it
These
on me.
are the Dappy Qs. This comes from at the Tatted Pastor. What is the highest amount
Okay.
of fourth graders
Okay.
you could take in a fight? 1 million? 100,000? How many?
Okay.
You can go first.
Depends on what kind of artillery I have, if any.
I think he's talking about hand to hand.
Oh, hand to hand. 4 million or 4 million. 1 million little fourth graders. They know how to hit you in places that you don't want to be hit. So I think that would be too much to handle. And what were the numbers again? 100,000.
So he has 1 million, 100,000, or 100,000.
I probably could only take on. I probably couldn't even beat 100. You gotta think about your cardio. I'm out of shape.
I think so. When I was a fourth grader, I was large, but that was abnormal for my age. And I feel like most of them are not as large as I was at fourth grade level. So I'm going to say 1,500.
1,500.
I could kill 1,500 fourth graders
With your
in
bare
a fight.
hands.
Yeah, I could kill them.
Okay.
Fight.
Right.
Could fight them
Fight.
and win. And beat them.
Just hope one of them. They're pretty much at that point. I'm viewing them as zombies because they're biting. my
I'm a
ankles.
kicker.
You are. You are a kicker.
I will
100%.
punch those little heads.
I have no stretching ability, so I think
I'm Neeble.
my hands will probably be broken by the end of that. I'm dead. There's nothing I can say or do about
I'm
it.
1,500.
I'm dead.
No sleep. Easy. Kill 1,500 fourth graders. All right. The next question comes from at Tanner Crockett with 2 T's, by the way. Who will win the Floyd and Conor fight? Well, I predicted Floyd before the fight, and he won. But the fight's over now.
I said I wanted Floyd to, or I wanted McGregor to win, but I think Floyd's gonna win.
Yeah.
That's that.
That's the ant.
Good times.
Tanner wants to know, what is Malcolm's favorite episode of The Office? That's easy. It's happened in season 1, late season 1, early season 2. I think it's season 1. The basketball episode.
Dude, that's season
Easily. That's that episode is what hooked me in to keep watching the
Was it really?
Yeah. Like, without that episode, I can't say
Season 1's slow.
I can't say that I would have, like, stuck around for the next 6 or 7 seasons.
And
like,
now look at you.
It is darn near my favorite show of all time. The Office is next level. Brandon's finally started watching Parks and Rec, by the way. So we're going to see the battle rages on. But yeah, the basketball episode, by far. Anticipating new Taylor Swift album. Tanner wants to know. Me personally, yes, I am. Just because she's put out good stuff before, I want to see if she can keep it up, or if her time is done and it's, they're gonna get her out of here. After this first offering, my expectations, I don't know what to do. So closer to the album time, we'll probably have that'll be a good segment breakdown.
She's got to have good songs.
I think she may have good songs, but as far as like, she's a theme person. 1989 was a whole theme. Red had a whole theme. This Reputation theme, and the way the first single sound, I feel like it's gonna be whiny and just like, yeah, and that's. I'm not down with this theme as far, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I am anticipating it as well.
Tanner also wants to know, this is the last question, the thoughts on the rumored, anticipated, probably going to happen, but we don't know when, Childish Gambino and Chance the Rapper tape.
It'll be next level. If it comes out, it's next level.
If it comes out, then I'm pretty sure the world will just stop for a half a second and we'll just live with it. Two guys in their prime that probably have the biggest artistry level without seeping into Kanye. Kanye's probably right there with him as far as artistry, but these guys are crazy, so I'm anticipating. I think it would be dope.
I think it would be amazing. I heard somebody said like Gambino's like lost it. I was like, what are you talking about? Gambino could come out and kill half the rap game.
Oh yeah, if he wanted to.
One single.
If he wanted to, yeah, he definitely could. All right, that is our Dappy Qs for this episode 30. Send in more questions to Daps_pounds. We will answer them live and read your Twitter handle live on the podcast. So make sure you're doing that. Moving right along, we're gonna have our discussion about the 5 songs of the summer. We're gonna try to get somewhere. We're gonna try to meet in the middle here and talk about what we think could be the 5 songs of the summer. And we're going to do that for you guys right now. So, 5 songs of the summer. What do you think?
Let's just go one by one.
Okay.
Unforgettable, French Montana, Sway Lee.
I think that has to be there.
Okay. Easily. It's just catchy. It's got a nice vibe to it. It's been on the radio nonstop.
Right.
I think the surprise song of the summer, one of them, is what the heck? I'm blanking on the actual name of the title.
What is it?
Something Yellow.
Bodak Yellow.
But I wanted to say Bodak Yellow, but I was like, what the heck is Bodak?
Cardi B, Bodak Yellow. I think that has to be in the conversation just on pure reaction when it gets played. It got played.
Girls love that song.
It got played last night and like.
Did it really go crazy?
Bro,
I miss going to clubs just to see people's reactions.
Bro, and I actually haven't been in a club in a long time.
Was it fun?
Bro, they go all that rings that, and still to this day, for all you people who talk so crazy about Chance and think Chance was just like, oh, this is just, whatever. No Problems, bro, is still crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
No Problem is still crazy. But Bodak Yellow, girls were like freaking out.
Girls
Dudes too. They were freaking out. Like,
but girls love that song.
Bodak Yellow is a big song, man. It's a big song. Despacito.
Oh yeah. I didn't think about that one.
Despacito is ridiculous.
You have to talk about it.
It broke records for being on the chart so long, being number 1 for so long. So
and
shout
YouTube
out to Despacito.
views.
Yes.
Despacito.
So Despacito, Bodak Yellow, Unforgettable. I feel like there's a big one missing.
My personal one, Slide, but I don't think it made as much waves as I thought it would.
Oh man,
this summer.
I thought that was gonna be like
huge, but it's
gonna
not.
be crazy.
It's still a really popular song though. Gosh, what would it be?
I think there's some songs in like that pop world. Like I've talked to some people, and Slow Hands.
Oh, Slow. Yeah, no, I think that's a good one.
They go crazy over that.
I think that's a good one. Slow Hands is super popular.
Slow Hands
that's
is
a good
one.
song though.
I like that song. I just hope they never get back together because I like their songs. I like their stuff separately way better. Never 1D for not.
Yeah.
Never.
No, that's a good pick. I like that one. Slow Hands.
Slow Hands is crazy.
So we're missing one.
Let's see. I still think that there's gonna be stuff in that pop world that we're missing.
Go to the charts.
That could be,
I want to see what the charts
crazy.
are right now. Maybe that's the way that we can do that.
Let's go top songs here.
I mean, EXO Tour Life, kind of, but not really.
EXO Tour Life is really big still. Up there.
That's probably my wife getting home.
By the way.
Oh, there it is. Wild Thoughts.
Oh, Wild Thoughts. That's right. That was obvious. Yeah.
Wild Thoughts. I was like, dude, we're missing like one that's like should be like apparent. Wild Thoughts.
Wild Thoughts is nasty.
Wow,
Such a good
wow,
song.
wow.
So, I mean, Slow Hands, Despacito, Bodak Yellow, Unforgettable, Wild Thoughts.
Those are great songs.
Those are 5 songs that have dominated your airwaves this summer, dominated your playlist, and dominated your iPod. It was good. It could be on the radio.
Yay.
All right, now we're going to move right on and do our top 5.
Top five.
All right, top 5 Frank Ocean songs. Oh, yeah.
All right. No particular order for me. However, I will tell you which one is number 1, hands down. Not a question for me.
It's going to probably be my same one.
I can answer it.
I feel like it's going to be the same one.
I can answer it right away. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But first off, I will introduce... I actually really, really like Nike.
Me too. This is my list.
I really, really, really like Nike.
Yeah.
I think the vibe of it is unique, and like the way he just does the high pitched voice for some reason works really well on that track.
Yeah.
The beat is just so simple, yet his melody is just amazing. So I'm definitely going to throw Nike in there. By the way, it's not my top 5. Is the cut that we know about from YouTube on your top 5? Because if not,
brother, that's my number 1, by the way.
Is it really?
I 100%.
Okay, never mind.
100%.
I didn't think about that one until now.
Well, the only reason that I consider it a song is because like he put it like he kind of like let it out there. It's just he never like released it.
What am I cutting out? Because I got.
It doesn't matter for this. We can do 6. It's no big deal if you.
I'm not even gonna say it, but then it's fine. It is what it is.
Okay.
But this, because I didn't even think about that until now. I was like, wait a minute, is that even? Do we consider that a cut? But I'm like, that's a Frank Ocean.
That's the first thing that came to me because that's so bonkers. Yeah.
Anyways, what's okay?
Yeah. So Nike was on my list too. But I will go with Godspeed. It's very short. It's extremely short.
You love that song.
Godspeed is so crazy to me lyrically. So yeah, Godspeed by Frank Ocean.
Godspeed.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to do Thinking About You. Like that's just a classic Frank Ocean song. It's been replicated by tons of artists, including Tori Kelly, which that helped propel her career to now be one of the top female singers in the industry.
Yep.
A lot of good things came from that song for a lot of people. Even the meme, a potato flew around.
One of the best.
A potato flew
One of the best things
around
ever.
my room.
One of the best vines of all time.
I miss mine so much.
I do too, man.
Anyways, so Thinking About You.
All right, Thinking About You is crazy. I left it off just because I had some other things that I had to get off. But I'll say it now. This is probably your number 1, Pyramids. Pyramids is like...
It's number 1. Pyramids is my number 1.
I've said this to people before.
Hands down.
I've said this to people before. That if Stevie Wonder was born in our generation, the song that he makes would be Pyramids. If you go back and listen to Songs in the Key of Life on Stevie Wonder's best album ever, in my opinion, it was Songs in the Key of Life. The transitions, bro, it's Stevie, man. It's Stevie Wonder. Pyramids is one of the best songs, period.
Yes.
Period.
I agree with that. Yeah. I love Pyramid so much. That transition where the beat changes. Believe it or not, I was talking with Castle when we were playing PUBG, and I was like, man, I got to figure out this top 5 for Frank Ocean. He's like, I was like, this is pretty hard. He's like, well, yeah, it's Frank Ocean. And I was like, however, I know my number one. And then we both said Pyramids at the exact same time. And then he's like, dude, that transition. And I was like, yes, that transition.
Pyramids is so wild, yo.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I had to go Pyramids there. At 3,
Okay.
man.
A personal favorite of mine also is Swim Good. This is not a cut off of the Orange Channel, but Swim Good. Take off the...
Swim Good is so fire. Swim Good.
Like,
Swim Good's so good.
and
dude.
the story is good. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a whole story, but that's the second single after Nova King.
when
was
I leave
big.
here, I'm gonna listen to Swim Good. I haven't listened to Swim
Pick
Good in a
up the
minute, and
swim-
it's
Swim
so
Good.
real.
Swim-
yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I gotta go Nights.
Nice, really?
Dude, Nights is a problem. I listen to that more than anything off of that, and Godspeed I listen to more than anything.
Really?
Nights is so hard to me. I love Nights.
Now, is Blonde up there? Is it better an album than Orange Channel for you now?
No, because Channel Orange had Pyramids, and it had the crack
Crack
rocks. It had that.
Crack rock. It's got another one on my list that is really
It had
good.
another one that I can't remember the name of, but it's so dope. The song that featured Earl.
Yeah, it's in my top.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, that's in my
That
top.
one's so crazy too. Channel Orange, but I will say Blonde definitely grew on me.
Okay.
Talk about albums that age and like
Age
grow
well,
and feel better. Blonde.
So that song Malcolm was referring to is Super Rich Kids with Nothing But Fake Friends. Super Rich Kids with Nothing But
So
Loose
good.
Friends. Oh
so
my
good.
goodness.
So good.
That song, I can't tell you how many times I've listened to it because it had such a good vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's just you play it and you can't help but like sing along to it. You're just bobbing your head to that kind of like that slow boom boom bat boom boom bat.
And
like,
the way he
it's
comes
just,
on the song too,
yeah,
like
it's
is
just
his
so
voice like
nonchalant, super rich kids,
It's so
and then
good.
he's got that harmonization in the back.
So great, dude. Frank, man. Frank, thank you.
So good, and it's a cool story. It's like interesting. The whole thing, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's my top 5, so I'll go through that again. Pyramids, number 1, hands down. Swim Good, Super Rich Kids, Thinking About You, and Nike. And also, I probably would have plugged this one in. So Malcolm, if you guys haven't heard this,
Summer Remains.
you guys need to listen.
Do your Googles. All right, go do your Googles. Get on your YouTubes and look up Frank Ocean, Summer Remains. Light a candle, turn the lights out, kick your feet up, and just vibe. It is him going on just a run, and the song is beautiful. It just feels right. It just feels good. The lyrics are crazy. The first line that he says is "My right hand to God," and it's
my
just.
left hand holding the juice. What is it? Juice or Jules? I think
it's Jules. I think it's Jules. It might be Jules. It sounds like juice though, doesn't it? It's probably
Yeah.
juice. Knowing Frank, it's probably juice.
I hand to God, that's hand on the juice. And
I'm sweating up and down. Sounds about you.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So
Salt
water for my
eyes.
gosh, Frank Ocean, Summer Remains. That'll close me out, guys.
That's about as of a deep cut as you can get when it comes to deep cuts.
Oh my gosh. That was our top
Top
five
five.
Frank Ocean songs. We hope you enjoyed that. Keep sending in questions for our top five. We love to hear them. If you suggest something that we like, we will most definitely give it to you guys here on the podcast each and every Monday. Now it's time for 101 conversation starters for couples.
Oh, this one should be easy for us. The lion, beaver, and otter and golden retriever are used to describe 4 personality types. Which one do you think best describes you? Lion, strong, confident, leader, likes to make sure things get done. Beaver, detail-oriented, organized, follows instructions, good with projects. Otter, very outgoing, enjoys people, humorous, creative. Golden retriever, loyal, sensitive, encouraging.
See, there's this cross. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff that
I
crosses.
see you as a lion more.
I see you as an otter.
Oh, 100% hands down. Yeah, no doubt.
But from all the other things, you know, there's things that cross into that. Like I still think you're loyal and like
Right,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, I think based on this description, otter for you.
I think in like your detail oriented and stuff, but
Yeah.
you're the key thing is like to make sure things get done and leader because no matter where you go, you're always looking out for everybody. And that's
try
what a
to.
lion of the pride does, bro. They
I
look out
try
for their
to.
pride.
I try to, man. Life's crazy. But I try to. Guys, episode 30 is in the books. We had a huge information content packed episode
Yeah,
for
it
you
was good.
this week. Episode 30 is in the books. Guys, make sure you visit Daps_pounds. Every single time you want to get in contact with us, make sure you go to YouTube. Make sure you go to iTunes and subscribe. Leave a review, leave a comment. Just put in the Daps and Pounds show and your boys will pop up. Also visit our website because you can download it straight from there too. Guys, this has been episode 30. My name is Malky. To my right, we have
Dobby.
we represent 2 mics,
2 friends.
and 1 show,
The Daps and Pounds Show.
Dunzo.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Shouts to the shout out. Gang, gang, gang.